I think it'll do a burnout just fine. Holy crap.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Horsepower Depot. So this video actually didn't go as planned. We're supposed to make pulls on the dyno, which you'll see, and pull an all-nighter, get the car ready, go to the racetrack, join a track rental, make some good clean passes in this thing, and then stay the night that night, and wake up the next morning, be streetcar takeover, do that event with no issues. And we didn't make it that far. We made it off the dyno, got the car ready, spent all night working on it. Left here at about 9 o'clock, drove an hour and a half north to Martin, Michigan for a track rental. And the car made it out of the trailer, and within 15-20 minutes we had her loaded back up, strapped down, and headed back home. I'll go into more detail on why we had issues, what our issue was, and actually how we're gonna fix it. But for right now, we're gonna jump right to those dyno videos and watch this thing make some killer power on real low numbers. I mean, the boost we ran was nowhere close to where we want to run on it. And you know, the timing was, you know, super safe for the power and then the boost we're running. I had a ton of timing out of it, and I threw some at it. It obviously likes it.
My eyes burn.
I want to pull a plug real quick. Make sure we're not melting nothing, and then I'll throw a little bit more at it. That was 20 PSI and 15 degrees of timing. 1,300 horse. Well, guys, I'm not a plug reading professional, but I'd say this old girl's got a lot more left in it timing wise. Looks to me like the timing mark is right there. I said we leave 15 degrees and we start throwing some boost at it. It liked made what, 1668 last pull before this?
1168.
1168.
Yeah.
1168, the last pull. I added 2 degrees of timing, and it picked up, 140 horse. So 2 degrees of timing, 140 horse. It obviously likes 15 degrees. We used to run it at like 25 degrees and 17 pounds. We were pushing it up to where we was lifting heads all the time. So this is super soft for this thing. We're gonna leave it at 15, and I'll put 5 more on the dome and see what happens.
definitely making some steam.
It's definitely doing what we asked now. 1,415 horsepower. 23 pounds of boost and 15 degrees of timing. I like it. Well, it's 10:30. Neighbors hate us. We probably should get this thing off the dyno. 9 o'clock in the morning, we're supposed to be at the racetrack, probably about an hour and a half north of us. We still got intercooler to route, mount, and run the lines. Trans brake to hook up, bump to hook up. What else we got? Front bumper to put on. Mount the, I got a Holly dash. Oh, 3-inch boy. Gotta mount that, wire it up.
Seat belts.
Oh yeah, seat belts, they're out of date. Mount tires, we gotta mount the tires. Scale it, we don't know what it weighs. If we're feeling froggy, we'll check the instant center and anti-squat, but I don't think we're feeling froggy, so we're gonna go with what it's got. And yeah, that's it. We got
And load it.
oh yeah, we gotta load it. Sleep for 20 minutes and then go to the racetrack. So.
Yep.
We're not filming all that. You guys are just gonna see us at the racetrack. 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 Well, as you can see behind me, we're not at the racetrack. We worked all night that night to get the car ready. We pulled it right off the dyno. We had to route all the intercooler stuff. We had to mount the intercooler box, wire in the bump, wire in the trans brake. You can see the bump on the steering wheel. Trans brake is down here by the shifter. We had to scale the car. This car likes 40 pounds of preload on the right rear, so put the thing on scales. I put like 240 pounds in for a driver and set the rear end up so the car would make, you know, straight passes. I got this thing pretty much 100% ready to go. You know, 7 o'clock in the morning rolled around. I took off, went home, took a shower, and we came back. I rolled the thing out of the garage, put it on the trans brake for the first time, and it built like 5 pounds of boost. It took forever to get up to 5 pounds of boost, and then didn't build any more than that. So went back and forth with myself to even take the car because I had a bad feeling I wasn't going to be able to build any more boost than that. So that had no modifiers in it. This has got V6 in it, so you can do a bunch of cool things with the RPMs, and you can start pulling timing and stuff like that, and that's how you start getting the turbo to spool up. I had nothing in there, so it made 5 pounds. So talked myself into loading it up, taking it, and working on the tune-up on the way up there. So we drive the hour-and-a-half trip up to the racetrack. I flash the tune into the car that I think is going to help it build some boost. Go out down the return road and put the thing on the trans brake, and it's absolutely no better. So I sit out there for a little bit, mess with a few things. Notice that the fuel pump sounds funny when I go to start the car again, so I know the battery's getting low. So I tried to make it back to the pits, didn't make it all the way back, pushed the car back to the trailer, charge the battery up, go back out there, put it on the trans brake after I made a few changes, and it just wasn't happening. I do not have the training temp gauge hooked up. The training temp sensor is actually in the bottom of that pan. Why we didn't switch pans, I don't know. I did not want to cook the tranny trying to get this thing to build boost. Back when I built my Nova, this would be, I built in 16. In 2017, I dealt with a tight converter, and I ended up killing the transmission 7 times in a season, just trying to get the thing to come up on the 2-step and trying to get it to build boost. And every time I killed the tranny, it wasn't because of that, but I went through a bunch of transmissions that year, and I just did not want to go through that with this thing. So it wasn't right. It wasn't ready to go. The track rental would have been $250 to join it to even make a pass. So I didn't want to, just leave on 5 pounds and roll out and mean, it would have been a pointless pass anyways. So ended up loading the car up and bringing it home, and that's where you see it right now. I'm actually gonna I gotta go a couple towns over and grab it. The guy that built the tranny that's in this car has a dump valve that I'm gonna run on it. He said he took it off of his car because he only picked up a few hundred RPMs when he used the dump valve. If I get the thing to 4,000, 4,200, I could start getting the turbo spinning, and then start doing like a timing dump and get the thing to build some boost like I want it to. Here's the 1,415 horsepower log. As you can see, yellow line is boost. I mean, yellow line is boost, and I'm still dealing with not a flat boost line. I mean, that was all over the place from, see, we made 20 pounds up to 22.9, 23 and a half. And that's, if you guys watched my last video, that's what I've kind of been struggling with. I've got 2 sets of boost solenoids right here. Got the old school styles, which I'm running right now. Got the new high-speed ones down there, which didn't make any bit of a difference. I do know I got a friend who's running a similar turbo to that. It's a VS turbo, just like that, GT55 base. It's just not as big. I was told by the guy that tunes his stuff that he's actually seeing a little bit of a boost spike right here too. The main thing that I'm dealing with, all my 5-volt sensors are spiking right at the same time. I went back into my logs with this car as far as I can go, and with this computer I could go back to 2016, and it was doing the exact same thing, and it's had 2 different ECUs in it since then. Has a Dominator in it right now. The only thing that's the same is the wiring harness. It's got the factory COPO wiring harness. I think they built it for this car. I mean, it doesn't have the Holley wire loom on it. It's got that cheap looking stuff on it, and there's a few plugs that are actually in the car that are for the car, not for like a standalone wiring harness. So I bought a standalone harness for it. I have yet to actually put that thing in it yet. I think that's probably gonna be my next step to try to fix this. Right now, I'm just ignoring it because I wanted to go to the racetrack. I think 4 right now I'm gonna ignore. I wanna make a pass and see what my boost curve does. It might straighten out just because the turbo is doing weird things on the dyno. I'm not 100% sure yet, but yeah, like I said, that last pass, or that last pull on the dyno, it made 1,415 horsepower. That's 15 degrees of timing, 23 pounds of boost. Like I said, I'm gonna fix the tranny, get the thing to build some boost on the brake, and then I'll probably just go up to a normal test and tune up in Michigan just to make a pass, see what the boost does, leave easy. I don't care what the numbers are. I just want to make it down the racetrack, get some logs, get some data, and then build off of that. So as soon as I get this thing ready to go, I'll start filming again and hopefully get some cool footage for you going down the racetrack. That's gonna wrap it up for tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed. Kind of a cool video at the beginning, boring video at the end, but we're gonna get this thing sorted out and we're gonna go some serious numbers with this car. It's showing a lot of potential. Just gotta get over those humps of, this isn't a new car, but it's got a lot of new parts on it. And as all you guys know, when you do something different and new, you're gonna have some bugs you gotta work out. So hope you guys enjoyed. Hit that subscribe button, leave us a comment, let us know what you think, and we'll see you on the next one.